Welcome back to the SMT YouTube channel. Taking a look at this news article from findarticles.com. And actually AT&T has some, I think they dropped a press release, a consumer release, and then also like on their business page. But let's check out some of this news here. All right, so AT&T activating EchoStar spectrum to ramp up 5G. All right, it says according to data that's been disclosed by the AT&T network team, there are, I guess, 23,000 sites, cell sites, that have the 3.45 gigahertz spectrum deployed on them. That's N77 for those of you keeping track at home. And, you know, obviously you combine that with the C-band piece, and we're talking about a connection that's really fast. All right, so from the upper 3 gigahertz spectrum, they've got 80 to 100 megahertz of that. It's typically 80. Really only in Dallas, I think they have 100. I don't know where else they do. And then you've got the 3.45 gigahertz, which people call DoD. That part, the lower part of 3 gigahertz, they had 40 megahertz of it, but they are increasing it with the spectrum that they purchased or are kind of sort of leasing, I guess, sort of through Dish, EchoStar, but they're going to own it eventually. So whatever the construct of that deal was. But this is going to boost tons of capacity onto the network, and customers are going to enjoy it. It's going to be noticeable. So we're talking about download speeds that are going to be boosted, upload speeds that are going to be boosted. You're going to see an improvement to the mobile experience. You're going to see an improvement to the 5G home internet piece, the AT&T Internet Air. That will get faster. That will actually, the nice thing about that is that's going to allow more people to get access to the Internet Air service who need or want another home internet provider option. You know, if you have one option, you don't have an option. Like, that's the only choice you have. It's not a choice. It's what you're stuck with. Having two options is an option, right? Because it's one or the other. And of course, 3, well, now you're sitting pretty, right? You like to have many of those options when you're looking at home internet providers. Many people for a long time, it's been one or none. You know what I mean? So that can change with something like this. All right, so you got 23,000 cell sites that already have this on air. You've got an additional 5,300 locations. I'm just talking about like cities. Maybe we're talking about like, if you want to look at it from like zip codes and small towns, that are going to be seeing these upgrades. They're going to be seeing the boosted capacity. Now that's, like I said, it's good for AT&T as a company, but most importantly for us, at least here, it's good for the customer. So you're going to see, you know, improved speeds, download speed, upload speed. Hopefully with the modernization piece, as AT&T upgrades sites from the Nokia to Ericsson conversion, that not only is going to modernize the site, but it also adds a lot of additional bandwidth and creates a much more reliable, capable, high-capacity experience. The more capacity that's on the network, the less likely it is to have congestion. The more likely it is to have a good experience for customers, and the better it scales, the more uniform it is. You don't get stuck with speed islands. You know, you don't get stuck in between a slow site and a fast site, and kind of that experience, which isn't good. You know, because you know, it sucks. It sucks going from a nice performing area to a low performing area. It leaves you with a bad taste in your mouth. It makes you feel like you're on the wrong network. You know what I mean? So pretty exciting. I'm glad to see that this is scaling. There's more work to do. Like I said, AT&T's got a modernization process. They still haven't launched standalone 5G nationwide to all their customers yet. I don't care what they say in a press release. More than 50% of customers can't even access standalone 5G. And there's a ton of spectrum that needs to be moved from LTE to 5G. And AT&T really is lollygagging. They're really dragging their feet on this. We were critical of Verizon dragging their feet on this for a long time, right? T-Mobile has really pushed the industry in terms of the standalone 5G. And of course, you've got FirstNet, that's happening. You know, you've got an expanded network that gets larger. They're probably going to get the 4.9 gigahertz piece, the public safety spectrum. A lot of good can happen at AT&T. I've been one of the people that has been a very public proponent of where the AT&T network can go and what they can achieve and what they can be. Tons of potential. They just have to focus on that. And, you know, they seemingly put fiber at the front burner and put wireless at the back burner. I think at some point there has to be kind of a more balanced approach. doing both at the same time with the same rigor and the same tenacity and the same focus. I think that would allow AT&T to be a much more complete company. I don't want to see one side lagging over the other. I'd like to see them more even. And who knows, maybe the deal that they had with Dish allows them to do that with this spectrum, and the 600 megahertz and those kind of things can allow them to do it. We shall see. But just a network update for you guys. Let me know what you think. Drop me your comments and opinions and thoughts down below. Like, share, and subscribe. Check out some more videos. We'll see you guys soon on the next one.